Hey guys, Bryson Weaver here with JuJu Guru Quick Tips. Today I'm going to be talking about being more successful. And I only have one tip for being more successful, which leads to building confidence. And that tip is step out of your comfort zone, which I'm sure many of you struggle to do. I know I used to. But when I was able to do that, that was a huge turning point in my life that still sticks with me today on being more confident. So I have a little story to tell you about how I stepped out of my comfort zone and it led to being more successful, more confident, and it still sticks with me today. So I'm encouraging you to do the same. So back in the day, probably about 6-7 years ago, I started up a branch of a company in Decatur, Illinois. And it was brand new to this area. And one of the things I had to do to build a brand reputation and to market and to find clients was cold calling. But it wasn't just calling people over the phone. I had to go up to their door and knock and talk to them directly at their home. So when I first started doing this, I had been trained on it. I was well prepared, no doubt in my mind. However, when it gets right down to it, I was very uncomfortable when I parked my car into our target market of a residential area, and I was starting to actually finally cold call and go door to door. So I park my car, I get out, and I go up to the first house. I don't make it up to the door. I stop in front of the house. I don't even walk up the pathway to the house. I stop there. And I made an excuse of why I shouldn't go up to the front door and knock on it and try to build a client. So I made that excuse to myself. But deep down, I was just uncomfortable. I was scared. I was letting fear get the best of me. And I couldn't step out of my comfort zone. So I went to the second house. This time, I made it up to the front porch, but I didn't knock. All I did was leave a flyer there. That was it. I wasn't doing what I was trained to do. I was not being successful. And that's because I couldn't step out of my comfort zone. I was lacking the confidence. But finally, I get to the third house and I tell myself, look, you're not gonna get anywhere if you don't step out of your comfort zone. You are trained on this. You can do this. Let's do it. So I walk up to that front door and I give it a solid knock. And sure enough, that person answers the door. Now, that training just kicked in and I was ready to go. And my heart was racing, but right then and there, I felt so much more confident because I stepped out of my comfort zone finally. And that led me to being so much more successful because I knew I could do it. I just had to change my mindset and stop worrying about fear and telling myself that I couldn't do it. Once you can do that and step out of your comfort zone, you're going to be more successful and you're going to build confidence. And that's going to stick with you the rest of your life. So every opportunity that you get to step out of your comfort zone, do it. You're going to find an immense amount of changes through being more successful and being more confident. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.